This normal dude from Spain is making $10,000 a month building iOS apps. So just a couple of days ago, he earned his first $10,000 a month for the very first time. So who are we talking about? We're talking about Joanjo Valino. I hope I'm not butchering his name. He is currently an iOS indie developer. He launched many projects. He launched 19 projects so far, and his biggest project and the moneymaker is Rap Fast. So this is Rap Fast. So this is a website that will help you build iOS apps a lot faster. So basically what he is selling a iOS starter code for you to start your projects. So imagine if you're starting an iOS app, you want to build an iOS app, you have to start from scratch. But he is selling a sort of shortcut to building iOS apps a lot faster. And what's specific to his project is that he built a boilerplate code that lets you interact with AI APIs like ChatGPT or Claude, so you could make AI apps really fast. Like this guy, for example, he made his first iOS app in only a month, and he didn't know how to build iOS apps before. He didn't know Swift, but with Juan's, wi- but with Juan's Rap Fast code, he was able to do that everything. He was able to do everything in only a month. So you could build a couple of apps like this, identifiers, plant identifier where you take a picture of a plant and then an AI tells you what kind of plant it is. A stone identifier, the same process, or an insect, or a fish identifier, all using AI APIs, and these are and all this is easily possible with John's starter code to be able to be for you to be able to easily build it. But John didn't actually start this. John actually started his first job as a pizza delivery driver. So when he was in university, he was making only $5,000 a month delivering pizza, and he didn't want to continue he didn't want to continue doing this for the rest of his life. So he made the choice to actually change for the better. He decided to get into tech. From a pizza delivery driver going into tech, that's a pretty big career change. From being outside in the cold, sometimes it's raining, and customers, give you a lot of crap, to actually, sitting down on a chair, writing code. Different careers, different very different careers, but that's what he decided to do. And just to put emphasis on this point, he was delivering pizza for minimum wage, again, in the cold outside, always being in rush, doing the delivery things. But he transferred, and how he did that, he actually did it, and he learned everything just with a $5 Udemy course. $5, that's crazy. He didn't go into like this expensive boot camp, or he didn't buy an expensive course. He just bought a $5 Udemy course, and that's where he learned everything at first. And he brings a very important point over here. He's saying is changing your life isn't expensive in terms of money. It's expensive in terms of willpower. That's exactly right. $5. He changed his life for $5. And it doesn't matter, if he would have bought a course that was $500 or $500,000. He did it for $5. The point being over here, even if you spent a lot on a course and didn't have the willpower to change your current state, then you would have stayed in the same place. But he had the willpower. He had the willpower. He wanted to change. So a $5 Udemy course was enough for him to change. So going into the tech world and actually working at a 9 to 5, he was making a stable income, and doing the developer job, doing the developer job from morning to the evening. But in 2023, he decided to quit his job. and to start freelancing. And then he decided to quit freelancing and started to indie hacking. Before he was making $6,000 a month, pretty stable income. But after starting indie hacking, he was back to zero, or actually $3 a month. But you know, that's pretty close to nothing. And he's saying that he was working, and now he's working three times. He was working three times harder when he started indie hacking, but no regrets. He knew that there was a lot of potential in this. So like everyone that just built projects, indie hacking, his first projects were, hobby projects, projects that just he built for fun, not really intending to sell. Like you see, his couple of first projects were free projects just to get his products out there. Then when he wanted to start making money, he wasn't making that much money. He just built projects here and there. But then some things changed. But before that, a quick example of how he wasn't making a lot of money for a lot of the work he was doing. He built this app, this really nice looking app, um, that would interpret art for you, and the app only made $50 in 6 months. That's not a lot for 6 months of work. And because it wasn't making any money, he just decided to open source it. He decided that, I think it'd be better if I just open source the entire code so people could go inside and learn from it. I'm not making any money, so I think it'd be better for the world if I just do that. But then when he actually tried a little bit to actually build products that make sense and that there was a market for it, he was really impressed. He's saying over here that he made more in 6 days of selling his products online than the monthly minimum wage in Spain. And this was the point where John was hooked with the whole thing. He just decided to go full on in 2024. As you can see in his GitHub commits over here, this is a progressive. That's a progressive chart of your work, basically the amount of time that you code. As you can see, he just went really hard from the start of 2024 until now. Um, and then which led to him building his biggest project so far, which is the wrapper code, the starter code for building AI iOS apps really fast. And just to prove that his app was working really well, he actually used his own starter code to build six apps really fast. I think these six apps were built in 6 days. So he built them really fast, and he actually put them for sale. So $2,000 each, or $10,000 for the entire bundle, which is the fish identifier, the bird identifier, rock, mushroom, coin, and insect. You get the idea. It's you basically identifier apps that uses AI, that tells you what you just took a picture of. And just to prove that it works, people could buy his starter code and build similar apps. He actually sold two of them so far. He sold the bird and coin identifier for $4,500, but for both of them, which is a pretty cool deal. If it just took him a couple of days to build these apps, that's some very good money just for a couple of days of work. So he saw the potential in this, so he actually also offered his service to do this alongside his main service, which is the iOS Store code. And his business started to go high. And in about 4 months, he made $10,000. He was super happy that his business started to make his business became a five-figure business. And so far, RapFast, the iOS Store code service, made $27,124. It was so successful that people actually started to copy his entire product from start to finish. It's not, it's not like a project that's similar to his. It's more like people bought his code and actually bought another domain, not even tried to rebrand it as a different thing. It's basically the same website, um, for, I guess, a little cheaper, but thieves being thieves, just bought the code and resold it on a different domain for a different price. So over here, and this is the last note for John. I think he started not to care about copycats and thieves. He just continued shipping. He's saying that he was making $40,000 as a 9 to 5. Now he is making 42 now in 2024. So for in 2024, he is making $42,000, which is pretty close to the salary that he had when he was working. And now he actually is making $10,000 a month, so that's pretty good for him. So I feel like 2025 is going to be a lot more than this number that we're seeing over here. So that's it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to see more videos like this.